What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Did you notice? What's the time? Smidge late. And just uncoincidentally, I'm joined by KG this morning. How you doing, mate?
What's going on? Obviously, just done a cool school run. Yeah. So we're back. I'm home. I ran. Look at this. Look at the build up. Sweat build up. I don't know why I'm running with a rolly hat on, but it is what it is.
It's nearly winter months, is it not? You know,
yeah.
You know.
Do you want to hear the bad news? Pray for my soundboard, everybody.
Oh no.
Pray for the soundboard.
What's happened?
It's not working, mate. I'm just hoping that the wire in the studio, United VHQ, will revive it, but it's not looking good, bruv.
And you know what? We just had a phone call the other day, didn't we, about how we really enjoyed the new sound. Oh, now I want to crack it. It's gone.
The downfall of the soundboard, bro. It's just sitting next to me. I'm really sad, but don't worry, we're gonna revive it. It's gonna.
But I was also going to say maybe it's not the show for the soundboard. This is serious stuff we're talking about this morning. We're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. We're talking about Ronaldo speaks out. We're going to talk about his statement. Obviously, we'll refresh your minds about Manchester United's statement they released last night. Ronaldo has arrived in the last half an hour or so. Not to the show. Could you imagine the exclusive? He's arrived at Carrington, so we're going to get into all of that. So if you haven't seen on social media, Manchester United released a statement yesterday afternoon. Eric Ten Hag said he was going to deal with Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the game and the stadium early against Spurs, and he certainly did, because United released a statement saying, quote, Cristiano Ronaldo will not be part of Manchester United's squad for this Saturday's game against Chelsea. The rest of the squad is fully focused on preparing for that fixture. Now, about an hour or so later, KG, Ronaldo released a statement on social media. We can put it up on the screen. Prepared. There you go. There you go. He said, as I've always done throughout my career, I try to live and play respectfully towards my colleagues, my adversaries, and my coaches. Or advise. Is that adversaries?
Yeah.
Advisories?
Adversaries.
Yeah, and my coaches. That hasn't changed. I haven't changed. I'm the same person and the same professional that I've been for the last 20 years playing elite football, and my respect has always played a very important role in my decision-making process. I started very young.
That's important. That's an important part. Click back to us, because I feel we need to break this one down a little bit.
Go on.
I feel we need to look at that. So, because I was thinking about this statement, and I said to myself, there's a message within the statement, right? He said his respect is key. I've always respected others, but I feel I need to be respected. I think that's a moment that we need to highlight. Words have meaning, because as you see in this thing, there's no real I'm sorry. But yeah, please carry on.
Well, that was what I was going to say. I mean, we'll get through the rest of it, but I thought very similar to you that it was kind of 3 paragraphs. And you get to the end of it and you go, what did you say? What did you say?
Paragraph, you're saying, I've been a professional my whole career, and given my whole life, I've been given the most to football, throughout everyone. In this moment, I'm being disrespected. So
he says respect is a very important role in my decision-making process. Do you think? You think that's a sly? Well,
it's a letter. It's letting us know. We got to see what we have to read the statement and understand. Well, what are you saying? Because you didn't choose those words for no reason. Everyone sat down with you and said, we've got to get in front of this. Yeah. And then it was like, all right, well, let's draft something that we're letting them know, but I'm not going to take full accountability. And hopefully people can see through it and say, I've been disrespected. But yeah, please go ahead.
So the next paragraph said, I started very young. The older and most experienced players' examples were always very important to me. Therefore, later on, I've always tried to set an example myself for the youngsters that grew in all the teams that I've represented. Unfortunately, that's not always possible, and sometimes the heat of the moment gets the best of us. Thoughts on that paragraph? I've always tried to set an example for the youngsters that grew in all the teams that I've represented. Unfortunately, that's not always possible.
And you know what's funny about that one is, remember there was a thing when he said that he's spoken to the young players, and sometimes
they're not very respectful.
He goes, listen, the football I understand, the football I knew, this is how it goes. This is how they need to be. This is how they need to train. And some of those young people don't listen to me. unfortunately. And all it is I think it's giving us, we never got the interview that was looking for when Ronaldo was here. Yeah. He wanted to do a sit-down interview, and for some strange reason, it vanished. Right? It's like the famous Roy Keane interview that everyone saw, that the fans never saw, but he lost his job. Right?
Yeah.
He's wanted to do this interview, and now we're getting seeps. I feel like we're getting some of last season in what Ronaldo is saying right now, because still at this point, he's saying, "Look, I've tried to be a professional. I don't know about them lot there. I've lived by the old code. These lot are living by the new code, and they ain't really hearing me." Right? That's what I'm getting. I don't know if you got something else from that paragraph. You can tell me what you surmise from that.
I mean, look, I understand. And look, the frustrating thing is in all intents and purposes, you would say Cristiano Ronaldo is an excellent example to young players in terms of how to improve. Because Ronaldo, in terms of being technically gifted, in terms of, one day he could just, he was Cristiano Ronaldo. No, he worked for it. He had to improve his game, and he has the dedication to still be playing at this level, at this stage in his career. Is absolutely a shining example to young players. But at the same time, I don't like the bit when he goes, always trying to be an example. Unfortunately, it's not always possible. Well, on Wednesday, it was possible. Like that was possible to be an example.
It was definitely possible. Don't worry, we'll get there. So we know that message is for someone else. Let's go. Let's get to that.
Yeah. A final bit says, right now, I just feel that I have to keep working hard in Carrington, support my teammates, and be ready for everything in any given game. Giving in to the pressure is not an option. It never was. This is Manchester United, and United, we must stand. Soon we'll be together again.
I apologize.
I apologize.
And I apologize again. Missing, right? You're watching that and you make a face. You're like, okay, so I understand you want to be united. We've been united. You're the one with your foot outside the door. We've been united. The team was playing, and you decided to not be united yesterday. Was it 2 days ago now?
Wednesday.
You decided to walk out on Wednesday when we was united. You've tried to leave at many a times. Like, you wanted to leave the whole summer. You wasn't united or in preseason. We don't know what's going on, but you wasn't there. You come back and you leave early, right? So it's hard for us, and all the manager's done is try to back you at every turn. But what your move was, as far as I'm concerned, and I've said it before, it's a declaration of war to Ten Hag. It's saying, well, I've done this, what now, right? Ten Hag, and the problem is everybody is watching. This is where dressing rooms can be won and lost. A weak manager in this moment loses the dressing room in this moment, because they're going to say to themselves, well, you don't deal with him properly. I ain't doing them press ups. I ain't doing all this authoritarian rubbish that he's brought to this club. Well, I don't think he believes it. So now he's outwardly tested the manager, because let's be honest, we're hearing stuff about, bro, he went home. You can't tell me where United.
Yeah, it's not like he went to the changing room. He left the stadium, and to all of those people that when he did it in his only preseason game, he played 45 minutes of one, and he left it then, and people went, "Well, it's preseason; it doesn't matter." That was a Premier League game against a top six side. Again, and it was in the last few minutes that we'd already won. And the focus was taken off of the team and put onto him. And you cannot tell me, he didn't know what he was doing. He was just frustrated. At the moment, the guy went like this, and kids were doing it in the Champions League a few days later. He knows exactly what he's doing. And the thing that frustrated me about that statement there is, as I said, it's 3 paragraphs, and realistically, he said nothing in it. He didn't apologize. He didn't say, I'm sorry. He didn't apologize and say, I'm sorry. He didn't say the actual incident that happened. He doesn't make any reference to it. He doesn't say, I walked down the tunnel, I left the stadium, anything like that. I should, I apologize to my teammates. No, it's just, I've done this a very long time, and I tried to be a professional. Sometimes it's not possible. We got to stay united. If I said that to you, KG, imagine I just leave this street. I'll just go, see you later, KG. I just walk off like that. And then later on, and then a day later, I go, that I've always tried to do my best and give my best. We're called United View, and it's important we remain united. You'd go,
hold on, what the hell happened the other day, bro?
Yeah. And you go, where's my apology? And I go, it's important we stay united. And you go, but are you sorry? I said we should be united.
Listen, it's some bull. This is some bull. Like all across the board, yeah. And the funny thing is, I've been dealing with a lot of I've been dealing with like Ronaldo stands. Listen, I love Ronaldo. Like I shouldn't even have to preface this and say we love Ronaldo. Man United fans have been defending Ronaldo ever since he went to Real Madrid. Even though he's wearing a Real Madrid shirt, we feel like he's our child on loan, right?
Oh,
We
and every time the Messi Ronaldo thing gets brought up, who do you say?
Oh, who's defending him? Man United fans, heavy. We'll enter that war like it's time. It's you know what I'm saying. But now you have to say to yourself, Ronaldo has not shown the same level of respect to the club that is necessary. Let's not because I just took people on a journey. Even when I spoke about this yesterday, said, listen, every time Ronaldo wanted to renew his contract, he'd mention Man United. Why? Because we're that doting family praying for him to come home. We every single time linked to Man United, new Real Madrid contract. Linked again, new contract. So many renewals. Yeah. Then after he says he finally gets to Juve, it's disrespectful what he does to Juve as well. Hasn't even left. He goes to another club. Now, what the key moment in this in this story is Sir Alex, as he was flying to Manchester, he had two options. He had one option, and he was probably hoping another one, but he was willing. You can't take this away. As far as Man City fans thought, Ronaldo was a Man City player, as far as they're concerned. Blue shirt, we saw it. We never seen anything like Fabrizio. He loves the club. Everyone was telling us.
You did the video.
I did the video. It was happening. Fergie goes crazy and says, we can't give this is the crown jewel. This is the final piece. We can't give it to them. Yeah. He says, and then after somehow, miraculously, he ends up at Man United. If the Glazers were the original Glazers, as they usually are, because the Glazers are pricks, I'm going to say Glazers out as well, just in case people don't understand. Yeah. They succumbed to the pressure because they knew it's going to be March sessions. As soon as we see that guy in sky blue and we're doing bad, we're marching all season, right? This is now, the Glazers knew we have to do something, and they bring him in. But he was willing to go. The same people that look at Wayne Rooney funny when he was linked to Man City, people were mad. People turned up at Wayne Rooney's house just for the mere mention of being willing to go. Now, how many disrespectful moments do we need to experience before we say this isn't on? Man United fans, how many moments do we need to have with one player for us to realize, wait a minute, like this is one way? Because if he loved the club, anytime he puts on the shirt, he'll go hard. I hope it's not true that he refused to come on the pitch. I hope that's some like a rubbish story. But he still walked out on his team. When he walked out preseason, that was wrong. People made up all these types of stories. It was some bull. Yeah. No, the players might have been left because they're on the old era and how the old regime. But if you're playing a match, where the hell are you going?
A Premier League match. A Premier League match.
No, I'm still on the preseason thing. If you're in the squad, I've never seen a squad member just leave early. What?
Yeah, that was in the squad, that played, walk off the pitch. It's like Sunday League. I've got shift starting, so I can only play a half. Okay, see you later.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't even happen. My little nephew plays for his the school team and like Sunday League. He's involved. Yeah. If he goes home early, we'd finish him. It will like, why are you home so early? I just left. Excuse me? What? You can't do this at that level. I don't even think coaches will let you back in the team. So and then remember, Ronaldo sets the standard, unfortunately. He sets the standard. This is out of order. We was upset at RIP Mino Raiola was upset with how him and the Pogba dealings were. But like, this is bad. This is literally right in front in the new man. All the new manager wants to do is settle the team and play his way. At every turn, he's been almost, challenged by Ronaldo. When Ronaldo comes back, he says, ready. No, bro, I tell you when you're ready. Don't put out a tweet putting pressure on me to play you.
Well, and Ten Hag, he's always, and this is the thing as well, Ten Hag has never, ever publicly said anything derogatory or bad about Cristiano Ronaldo. Every time he's been asked about him in the press, which has been numerous, by the way, he says, part of the plans, want to keep him, expect goals. He said can't miss a pre-season recently, but he's never said anything bad about Cristiano Ronaldo. And again, my frustration is nobody, and this is what I don't get, people go, he's been disrespected because he's been put on the bench. Are you kidding me? No one's got a divine right to play. If you're saying that he has to play because he's Cristiano Ronaldo or what he's achieved in the past, which is arguably more than anyone else, I totally understand that. But nobody has the divine right to play. If you get into the situation where you're picking someone, he has to play because he's this person. No, there's no point in having a manager at that point. What's their job? What's the manager's job then? Manager picks a side. And to that point about him allegedly refusing to come on when Ten Hag said, "All right, I'm going to bring you on," last 5 minutes. It doesn't matter how long it is, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 second. You do your job because the manager, that's what you're told to do. That's what your contract says you have to do. And I understand also people trace it back to the summer and they go, wow, the Glazers didn't want to let him go in the summer because of finances. Okay. And they should have let him go in the summer if that was the case. Were there offers on the table? We don't know. Publicly, 4 or 5 big teams came out and said no, they didn't want Cristiano Ronaldo. But that happened, right? You can't change that.
Well,
you can't change that. But still, KG, he's got what, 3 weeks left until the World Cup. Then he's going to go play, and then it's January, and he might go then anyway. So you're telling me you can't be professional for 3 weeks. You're not happy with your situation. I understand that, and you're probably going to sit on the bench the next 3 weeks, but you can't do that for 3 weeks. Realistically, I know you think Father Time's ticking away, and it is, but you can be professional for 3 weeks, go to the World Cup, have a good World Cup, then you can throw your toys out the pram in January and get the move that you want. But what he did on Wednesday was unnecessary and it was disrespectful. And I'm glad to see that the club is backing them. And I'm glad to see the club is backing the manager, because had Ten Hag not punished Cristiano Ronaldo, any sense of authority or control over that squad, Thanos settings would have disappeared.
It's gone. And imagine that is from the legend who's forced him. He's forced his hand. So everyone's coming and saying, because I see the comments as well, you lot, British media, bias, this, that, and the other. No, I'm looking at this as a Man United fan. You lot really know, I don't really like, I usually turn up and they're like, this is the news. But I'm telling you what I feel as a Man United fan. I've seen this guy again, and it's not like we've never seen this before. There's previous. We won the Champions League. Camera goes all the way to Ronaldo. Ronaldo, how do you feel about staying, this, that, and the other? He goes, I don't know where my future lies. Wait a minute, bro, we just won the Champions League. Like, why do you do this? Like, how can you change these moments, these key poignant moments, and make it about you? That's been the fabric of this. Ronaldo knew the Glazers were here. They were a part of, it's not like he said, this is some big outcry to say Glazers out. He knew they were here when they signed. He knew they ain't getting no, he knows what the situation is. He signed the contract. We were a bad team. If he loves us so much, he would have seen how bad we were and said, you know what? Not even my football can take these guys back up. He challenged Oli. Oli was saying, Oli was trying to temper the league talk or trophy talk. Ronaldo said, I'm here for trophies. Oli's like, raw. We don't do that here, big man.
Oli was into like Scooby-Doo trophies.
And this is the thing. What was good though is him coming out and him being that type of player really exposed Oli's lack of ability at the top level, right? And the favorites thing, all the things that the players have come out and said we like it now. It was that under that old regime. Now, this new manager, everyone keeps going on about the goals that were scored with the old manager. Bro, it's changed. With the old manager, we'll talk about no plans to play, freestyle football, all this other stuff. So how can you now say that's better? You got someone that's trying to build a team in his likeness. Again, someone said it perfectly. They said, we praise the manager for dropping Maguire because he doesn't fit into his system. Yet Ronaldo, at the moment, does not fit into the manager's system, but we're angry at him. Make it make sense. And I thought that was one of the greatest super chats because it's true. It fits over there and you have no issues with it. He's saying, well, that's not working for me, guys. I'm going to play him when I think it's necessary, but it's not my plan A. I understand he's a goal, but it's not what I need. Why can't we hear that as a fan base? The man is, if it was a young player, I'd say, it makes sense. The guy's old. The guy's 37, and this guy's trying to build for the future. Do you want to see him build for a season to not have it later? It makes for a guy who publicly asked to leave all summer. Now we got to keep him because if I'm a manager, I'm saying, well, there's a higher chance that I'm going to be successful with the GOAT of football. But now the GOAT is kicking. The GOAT is not acting. He's not working with me. What is this? Give me the season. You can leave. No. But I thought you loved the club. No. Wait, bruv. Like, leaving. Wait, where you going? No more words to say. And if he got sold to Chelsea, there would have been serious protests because Chelsea is a direct top 4 rival. They're not going to win the league. They're going for top 4. If we sold him to them, and those were Todd Boehly was the strongest offer. Was the strongest offer I've ever seen. Chelsea wanted him. That's the only one that wanted him out of all the major clubs. Do you think we're going to sell him to them? You got to be kidding. That's madness.
All Elite with the super chat says, just Kevin in the free seat said PR7, respect. It's a good pun. Troy Superstar says, Ten Hag disrespected CR7. Ten Hag has mismanaged CR7.
Yeah, Troy. As someone said, he's our Zayn Miassi.
Well, he's back with another one. Says, not excusing CR7 for walking out. Ten Hag has caused this mess. CR7 deserves to be treated special because he is terribly mismanaged, or you are exaggerated. Move on, please. It's quite funny, Troy, because you said not excusing CR7 for walking out, but then listed about 2 or 3 excuses for him walking out there. Troy. Where's the next one? Troy back once again. What CR7 did is inexcusable, but what is caused it is Ten Hag trying to humiliate CR7. Okay, move on. This is not such a big deal. CR7 has billions of fans, including Troy. Olu says, maybe United should have let Ronaldo join City.
No.
Troy back once again. This is an old story now. Move on. We need his goals to win the league. Ten Hag is part of the problem, failing to manage Ronaldo. Move on. Need him back in the team. Well, unfortunately, Troy. He then says, "Let's not be crybabies. Let's move on." Troy's struggling to move on, I think too. Saying then, talk about Chelsea, please. Owen, KG, CR7 crybabies. LOL. It would appear, Troy, that there's only one person crying at the moment. And then he finishes off, KG. Switch it off soon. If it is crying about CR7. Troy, man. Troy is a little bit rattled.
Yeah, he's a young Miassi fam.
Yeah, he's part of the Miassi dynasty.
He's our Miassi, yeah.
And VK's been a member for 5 months, says, one moment of petulance, GOAT became the rat. Disappointing.
No. I'm not having that. Again, as I said, Ronaldo is still like this will pass. Ronaldo still is a hero at Man United. Yes, they're shrouded in the bad moments, but it's Ronaldo. It's one of the greatest players to ever play this sport. Like, it's unfortunate it's ending like this, but it's what it is. You know, he's challenged the manager. We're gonna back the manager. We're not gonna stick with Ronaldo. And it has to go that way. The manager chooses the team, and we've all said again, Man United fans, we need to learn. We've had years of player power, backing players, and it's like shots in the foot. We haven't won a title in close to 10 years, like Premier League title. We have to build.
That's the thing that frustrates me with this is, like, to your point, and look, I said it last night, I understand there are some people that are fans of Cristiano Ronaldo and nothing you or I can say will change their minds or not back Ronaldo or believe that it's someone else's fault because he can do no wrong. That's fine. I understand it. I think it's a bit weird, but okay, fine, difference of opinions. But it's the point of, again, saying, oh, this is all on Ten Hag, or Ten Hag's handled this really badly. Ten Hag's allowed to pick who he wants. That's his job. He's allowed to pick and bring on players and take players off. It doesn't matter who you are. And the facts are there this season. The facts were there last season. Ronaldo was our top goal scorer. Towards the end of the season, he was absolutely our best player. But this season, so far, when he's played, I mean, how many games has he scored goals in? Is it like 2, 3, if that? And I'd have understood it. I still wouldn't have accepted it, but I've understood it a little bit more the way he behaved on Wednesday. If we were 2-0 down and we needed a goal and he didn't get brought on, but at the same time, we weren't. And again, it was the best performance of the season. It was the best performance under Erik ten Hag, and we should still be talking today about. Tell you what, so tomorrow we played really well Wednesday. Really excited about this, but what's all the headlines? They're dominated by one guy because of how he behaved, and he knew that was going to happen.
And he did it, and he did all of it. This was again. Remember when we was doing the match feed together, right? And remember when Ronaldo was standing, arms folded, near the it's near the dugout, but it's in front.
Yeah, it's because Alanga and I forget who else it is coming on, and you see him looming in the background. You know what I mean?
There. He's there, angry. Yeah, he's there, angry. And there's enough time. It wasn't like Aaron, Antonio Brown. It wasn't one of those ones when he just flips, blows a gasket, and like takes off. He throws in the crowd, and he's just doing a mad thing. You can say, you know what? He wasn't in his sound mind. He was emotional, and he let it go. This guy, calculated, was there, and he thought, I should walk. You know, nah. Wait a bit. Now. And it's the slow walk and the look to the pitch. Bro, you taking the piss. Don't tell me you
That's what I was thinking as well. The look on the pitch of, is something going to happen?
You made your decision. That was a clear decision. For me, he has to go. I still believe that he's a goal. I still believe that it can't take away what he's done on the pitch. But he can't be at Man United anymore. As soon as that window opens, he has to leave. We just have to, whatever it takes, he just has to go. Again, him training with the kids, it just...
I was going to say, that's just been reported in the last 30 minutes or so. And by the way, we've got over 1,600 people watching, just over 200 likes. We can get to 500 early. We can get to 500 early this morning and keep going higher and higher. So if you haven't already, smash a like on the like button. But to KG's point about the kids and training, Ronaldo training with the kids, Samuel Lutko's reported about 30 minutes or so that Cristiano Ronaldo arrived at Carrington at 8:30 this morning, which is an hour ago, and is due to train with Manchester United's under-21s, which is... curious because it was reported yesterday that he wouldn't be training at all for 3 days, or he'd be training on his own for 3 days. So he's actually training with the under-21s. Imagine that. Imagine you're an under-21. What do you say? What would you say if you imagine you're a KG, you're a Man United youth player, and Ronaldo's there, and you know why he's there? Like, because and that's, to be fair, I think their conflict actually accurately represents a lot of the fans' conflict of. I bet they're looking to their left. They'd be like, "That's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh my goodness, I'm training with Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT. That's amazing. That's incredible." But at the same time, they're like, "Well, there's a reason he's here. Like, what?" Yeah, and that's the conflict. That's the conflict, isn't it?
Yeah. He shouldn't be. The killer is. It's not gonna go down well because remember. We're still talking about the GOAT. Like, it's like you have to say to yourself, he's probably waking up with all types of emotions this morning. And especially when you drive into training and you see the under-21s and then you see the other lot. Remember, like, oh my God. And now,
what car's the under-21s driving? And then imagine Ronaldo shows up.
He's going to choose the big whip today. He's going to choose the mad car. But it's looking over there and seeing the likes of the Langers, the McTominay, players that you know you're better than, enjoying. They're not even doing rondos. They're doing like drills that we haven't even seen before. But you're with the idiot manager. You're with who what do you call it, doesn't want, who Faz is trying to get rid of. You might be with Eric Ramsey.
They hear the chat, Ramsey. Well, do you think also as well? So you're saying that basically he's overtraining with the 21s, and a bit like when at school you get put in the not fun group, and then you look over the room and you see all of the noise of them having fun. And you look around at your group and you're going,
you see that car drive? You see that car ride home, yeah? Oh, you're mad. You're definitely calling someone. It's the loudspeaker shouting at the car. Listen, you don't think I'm You're getting crazy because end of the day, when you're in these situations, they're personal and you're just angry. You can't really see what your part is in this moment. I think it's only going to get worse. But like the reason why it's we're actually so lucky this is a World Cup year because we have to patch. A lot of things are going to get patched up because I need to play in the World Cup. No matter what, he's going to the World Cup anyway. But he wants to go. He wants to go in his full powers, right? But it is what it is. He has to leave January. See you later, Ronaldo. It's been lovely. I'm disappointed that it's ended with you in the under-21s. That's not how I wanted this to end. I wish you could have Mark Nobled the thing and just come on when the team needed you and just left at the end of the season. We would have said, you know, thank you for all your service. Again, you helped us in the hardest times. You came to help resurrect us, but unfortunately, the epilogue to this story is a bit sour.
It is. I mean, talking about the ending, I suppose. Do you think he has played the last game for United?
No, I think.
Do you think there's at least one more appearance?
There's there's an appearance. They have to. Well, Ten Hag. It's all on Ten Hag, right? It's like he's not gonna. So right now he's with the youth, right? Like even the press conference today. Oh my goodness, how many Ronaldo questions do you reckon?
Oh, the casual. Actually, I don't even know if they'll ask about Chelsea, because I mean, I did the first one when they were in Thailand, right? And that's when Ronaldo hadn't gone on tour. So the first question you expect it is about Ronaldo. What's going on, Cristiano Ronaldo? He's in our plans. I'm happy with him. Blah blah blah. And they went, okay, move on. And so then you get one. You're happy to be in Thailand? Very happy to be in Thailand. But what about Ronaldo? Is he happy? And that was the whole press conference. So I would expect no different today. I would expect different ways of asking the same question. You know,
he's gonna shut it down really early. Again, it all can work out if Ronaldo plays ball with Ten Hag and he just accepts it and he doesn't throw his toys out the pram. I see Piers Morgan tweeting because them two have got this uncanny relationship. So it'll be.
Well, I think that relationship might be quite one way, don't you?
I don't know now because he had the exclusive when Nani couldn't get through to him, Piers could. So just goes to showing it. Bruno couldn't, Piers could. So it is what it is, but we can keep it moving. Again, I like how people are telling us to move on, but we're talking about the biggest story in football. I don't understand why. And you know why it is? Because uncomfortable to hear. It's uncomfortable to hear about somebody that you've cheered about for years. And I love this player as well, but I have to be realistic. I love Man United more than I love any of the players. And the club will always be here. The club is going to be here long after I'm gone, long after everyone's gone, bro. Best has played here, Dwight York, Andy Cole. This club is the tapestry of legends is embroidered all through this club. So we can't now say to ourselves, because this one guy, it doesn't make sense. It does not. Cantona, there's greats have wore the Man United shirt. And it's a privilege to wear the Man United shirt. And we're supposed to be going back to that with our culture. And if you're against it, then sorry, you have to go. It's as simple as that. And that's putting the club first. That's not on the Glazer agenda. That's just saying, I want to see us lift the trophy soon. The only way that can happen is mentality, hard work, and just supporting the manager. Back the manager at all costs. We said we was going to do it this season. We've been rubbish for so long. Now's the time for it to switch, not only amongst the team, but in the fan base as well.
A couple of super chats. Ryan says, Messi is looking quite tall all of a sudden, KG. Oh, I remember that video. That was something else. That might have been some of your finest work.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll just get crazy.
Matty Lad says, Ronaldo is tiring. Let's focus on our best performance in years and us slapping Chelsea next. It's a big game.
Yeah, let's go. Let's have the next.
Lil Yo-Yo says, left field question, when's the KO show happening?
Busy.
Yeah.
We want to do it.
But also, we also have to keep this channel sort of on the air because I think that one real KO show, because this is not the KO show, one real KO show with some of the ideas that we've had.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
You seen me and when we and Owen do like fan views and stuff, you can kind of get a vibe of where we'd go with stuff. So
Ramviv says, yes, he did wrong, but the fact that you're not acknowledging that Erik ten Hag's treatment towards him is being awful is sickening. Rashford missed all his chances, but no one is talking about his age. Again, this is where I disagree, because I guess you're suggesting that ten Hag's treatment of him is bad because he's not playing him, I suppose, but that's the manager's right. The manager's allowed to pick or not pick the players. And Rashford, you could argue maybe his finishing should have been better on Wednesday, but I also thought Hugo Lloris played really, really well and saved pretty much all of his shots. And Rashford made chances. Against Newcastle, how many chances did Cristiano Ronaldo have? Marcus Rashford came on the pitch and he should have scored. You know?
Wait. I don't understand. I like, and maybe I'm not looking at this properly because I've tried to speak to some people that are on the other side of this.
Yeah, me too. It's exactly the same. When you go, am I missing something?
Am I missing? Because I don't want to miss it, right?
No.
A manager is allowed to start whoever he wants. Yeah. Ronaldo, let's just play this out to people that are saying this. Has Ten Hag been fair when he picks his team? I'm not talking about Ronaldo in general, across the board. Has Ten Hag been fair? Because that's the thing that everyone has pointed out and said, he's a breath of fresh air. If you play good, you have your shirt. If you don't, you don't play. Sancho, Malacia make mistakes, hooked off halftime. Everyone is allowed. Scott McTominay kept Casemiro, the man of the match, Champions League, out of the team, This is what this guy has done. So this guy has been so... Shaw regains his shirt. Remember, they done a madness at Brentford, lost his shirt. Malacia takes over, doing really well. Shaw is now in the team. So at each point, he has been fair. Now, he's given CR7, he's given him opportunities. Has he taken all those opportunities in the way he wants to see his team play? No, he hasn't. Because if he did, he's playing. Simple as that. So I don't know where he hasn't been fair to a player when all we've seen is someone that has got very clear boundaries. You do this for me, the reward is this. I don't know so now how has he been disrespected because it's not what I want? I don't understand that.
And also again, as well, why wouldn't he be put on the bench, especially in the early games of the season when he missed pre-season? He can't start games. He shouldn't start. The fact he started against Brentford was because we had no options up front because we had injuries. And then Ten Hag saw that he wasn't sharp. You can't miss pre-season and then just walk into the side. No player can do that. Go or not. Like you can't miss pre-season. I don't understand the fairness when it comes to that. Troy's back. Says, okay, lastly, KG and Owen, if you're saying Ten Hag is not culpable here, then you're saying CR7 has lost his mind. Best striker we have. He is going nowhere, needs his goals. I think, Troy, he is. It's going somewhere. And then says, KG, 70 chances, 3 goals. CR7 needed ASAP. Legend.
Oh, was he not playing in any of the chances that we created?
Well, I don't.
How many chances has he missed this season? I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to shit on Ronaldo as a football player. He's not worked it's not working for Thingy. It is what it is. He hoped that he'll find his form after the preseason. And I think there was a lot of bonding and team chemistry that happened on preseason that he missed. And our manager has said it ever so delicately, but it's like he needed preseason.
Let's move on. Let's talk about an interesting one here about Edwin van der Sar possibly becoming director of football at Manchester United. Now, this was reported late last night with reports coming out of Holland from Chris Wood, from the European lad, saying that last week Manchester United have approached Edwin van der Sar to become their director of football. They believe he did a great job at Ajax and has really evolved in his role. Now, they said in his role as director of football, but he's not director of football at Ajax. He's the CEO of Ajax. But they continue saying they're very satisfied, Manchester United, with Erik ten Hag, and Anthony is also doing very well at the club. After the coach and the players, Manchester United is now starting to pull on Ajax's board when it comes to Van der Sar. he also says 2 years ago, he said no. Now he has been approached again. Don't be surprised if he leaves. His dream has always been to be a technical director of Manchester United, and he is very good with Erik ten Hag. Well, I would say, KG, I would say before you get really, really excited with this, I don't really totally understand, because you're talking about a guy that's the CEO of Ajax. He runs that company. He runs that club. He's the guy, and he's going to become a director of football at Manchester United. When, by the way, we already have a football director. Not saying that John Murtough is amazing at his job, because I think this summer proved opposite, but we've already got someone in the role, and someone's going to go from a CEO into a director of football role.
It's Man United.
I know it's Man United, but still, that seems like an odd jump to make.
It's not odd at all. This is Man United. And you know what the people want? Everyone wants to be as part of the we brought them back. We revived them. It was us, right? Again, you're talking about the goalkeeper, a legend, someone that gave his all for the club, perfect, like a perfect servant, for Man United. We got him really late, but his care for the club has been brilliant. He stepped in with the Anthony deal. He's always stepped in. He's always tried to look after both. And now I feel for Ajax, because it's like when I went to that stadium, I said I wanted a lot of things, bro. This is beyond pillaging right now. Not only you've taken their best defender. Thank God we didn't get Yuri and Timber. I wanted him, but what we got in replacement, I don't know if Timber would have been. He's not that, right? Timber's not Martinez. No way. He's good, but not with that level of heart. That's different. Taking him, stolen Anthony, and now we're back for your CEO. Bloody hell. And it can all things are pointing towards our manager is very methodical in his thinking. He said, you know what? I saw him give a presser, and he spoke about attitude, having the right attitude, the right people. There was something about recruitment, and he knows that the guys last time, they messed up big time. De Jong said early, he gave clearly indications that I'm not going to Man United. But they're all in Barcelona eating tapas, talking to the guys that run Barca, where there's no deal on the table. All Barca are using you as is leverage or a safety net, if in case their levers don't work the way they need to work. But you lot got strung along, and you didn't realize. And now you make Ten Hag look stupid. Everyone looks stupid in this moment. Big man, you lot can't be in that role anymore, because as Ten Hag has proven before, I need you to be effective. Good is not good enough. All the things that he's shown, you're not doing it. Let's bring in a person that can do it. Simple as that. So it's right to talk to Edwin van der Sar, because if you want to see this club be successful, you have to make moves that show success. You need football men in there, football people recruiting. That's what we really need. Someone that can say the vision of this club, because right now, to compete, money's not going to be enough. You have to sell a project, and you can't sell the project from these bankers and that. It's not going to work.
But I just again, I don't see the transition there. I think Edwin van der Sar has done an excellent job at Ajax as the chief executive officer, not the director of football. That was Mark Overmars' job. Overmars did an excellent job there working with Ten Hag. It was that structure. It was van der Sar, Overmars, Ten Hag. And being a chief executive officer doesn't make you a good director of football. And as I mentioned, I understand that Ajax is a smaller club, not still a massive club though, but they're a smaller club. And you could say, well, he could go into a big role at United being director of football, but I don't know if that's Edwin van der Sar's expertise, to be honest with you. This is the thing. Sometimes
better than Murtough.
I know, but but my point is that sometimes people just put those connections there. They just go, let's just get Van der Sar from Ajax and he can be director of football. And you go, okay, has he ever been a director of football in the past before? No. Well, see, he's essentially a chairman. And I don't see why he would make that move. I understand he loves the club. I understand that. He loves the club, but I don't see that link. I think it's just we just say, what's Van der Sar? What does he do at Ajax? Oh, he's up in, he's an executive, or he's up in the director's role. He could be director of football, can't he? It's a bit more complicated than that. And as I mentioned, the people in role, I agree with you, aren't good enough in their role, or haven't certainly proven so far that they're good enough in their role. But I would want rather Edwin van der Sar to come in as the chairman of Manchester United, or the CEO of Manchester United, and get in a competent director of football. But that's not going to happen because, again, he's proven he can be a competent chairman, a competent CEO. That would never happen under the Glazers' watch. But sometimes, I don't know. I just saw this and I went.
Sometimes you've got to step in and then make your way. Some people, they come in at that level and just climb. You know, he's seen it's a backward step, but it could be a forward one. As you've seen, Man United have got this weird recruitment from within. You know, Darren Fletcher, he's gone up. What's Darren Fletcher, the technical director?
I don't know, because he's still on the coaching staff. He's still in his tracksuit.
No, but he's something. No, but they see him with it.
His role, his technical role is technical director. That is his role.
No, but he's definitely involved because even at like
you spoke to him on tour though.
He was nice to you. On tour, yeah. So on the tour, he's got the earpiece and all that stuff, but he's in where they're watching it from the video team. So he's not watching with everybody else. He's separate, but he does come in at halftime. He does go into the team talks. He is there, but then you can see him go back to the other team. So it's different. He has a role. I just don't really totally get it. But as I said, Darren had no background experience, but he got that job. So if Man United go from the bottom and recruit and work their way up, if you can get in at this level and now just take more, be great, be good at your job, yeah, select the right type of players, you will go through the ranks, definitely.
Or, I mean, again, I suppose you could say maybe a technical director job as opposed to a director of football job, or maybe a vice chairman, you know, or a deputy CEO or something like that, possibly that quick. Again, I just think director of football, I just think that's just football manager stuff. I think that's just, he's an executive at Ajax, so he can definitely do that director of football job. I don't see that as his expertise. But then to your point, I understand what you're saying, whereby when has United ever cared about expertise or qualifications?
Not at all. Not at all. Like, again, we got Murto, we had Woodward. This club has been poorly run for years. And you need the right people making phone calls. Van der Sar will get more respect on the phone from legends of football than some of the others that are calling him. You know, like if Murto calls you, you're thinking, who the hell are you anyway? You know what I mean? There's a reason why you have the right guys selling your project, you know.
Do you think also Ajax would be a bit annoyed because look, this is the guy that's been signing off on some of these departures to Manchester United. If then he joins Manchester United, bear in mind, they didn't want to sell Anthony and he stepped in and went, don't worry, I'll make it happen. Lisandro Martinez, they went, we've actually sold everyone needs to be sold. He went, don't worry, guys, I'll step in, I'll make it happen. And he sold him. But then if a year later he bounces and goes, welcome to Manchester United, they'd be like, you son of a bitch. You screwed us over. You sold our players. It's like insider trading.
Give him the job. And every time he stepped in,
he's the link.
He's been key. Every time he stepped in, he has been key for Man United. This guy's been helping us in the shadows for years. It's moving kind of Star Wars Sith Lordish.
Yeah.
It's moving kind of Palpatine-ish. This feels like Palpatine. And he's going to climb the way.
I remember as well. They went. There was a release clause. They didn't do that. Van der Sar stepped in. It's always him stepping in.
Van der Sar's Palpatine, and he will become the Emperor. He will
become. Super chat from Nathan's.
Imagine he gets the best out of Donny as well. We've been doing this for time.
It's all part of the grand plan.
Unlimited power.
Nathan says, respectfully, the CR7 stands need to wake up. If this was Pogba, my gosh. Tanya says, how's Maguire doing? He was back on the grass yesterday, actually. So he's back in training for Manchester United. Ramviv says, KG, we played well, yes, but Rashford was our striker, and all of his shots were literally awful. How much would it have cost Erik ten Hag to sub CR7? But yet everybody else was getting a chance for him. Come on now.
Now, so we can have a Rashford conversation. What Rashford did a thankless job. He created space. He actually played really well. Yes, the chances didn't go in for him, but they could not deal with Rashford the whole game. They couldn't deal with him. He was dragging, he's forcing people out of position. They had to think about all his runs. He was incredibly direct. He just didn't get the reward for his activity, his hard work on the pitch. Now, are you saying you don't trust the manager enough to realize what's working and what's not working? Because I saw a manager said, you know what? Yes, he didn't get the goal, but at work, the same way I was mad. I was the maddest when I saw Fred in the lineup because it didn't make no sense from the last game. But the manager saw something that I don't see. I'm just a fan. I ain't got UEFA B. I ain't got all these other things that he's got. I ain't got years in the game. He knows what he's looking for and said, Fred, are you ready? Fred said, I'm always ready, boss. And we got this performance. Rashford was effective yesterday on the Wednesday. He just didn't score. But that level of just being a constant threat is dangerous. That's it.
Troy's back, says Van der Sar's not leaving Ajax. Move on. Let's talk Chelsea. Troy's producing the show.
It's mad. Troy, chill, man.
And says finally 700 goals, 24. We need CR7 to win the league. Ramos says we should sign the Johan Cruyff Arena as well. Looking into a new stadium as well. Did you see that the other day? They're already making those plans. Basically saying it's going to be very difficult to renovate Old Trafford, and a new stadium is not off the table at this point.
You say there.
Yeah. Van der Sar stepped in and said, there's got to be something for that, hasn't there? There's got to be always something really difficult. World peace. Van der Sar steps in. Lil Yo-Yo says, we are literally becoming Ajax Van der Insider. Excellent.
I love it.
And be sure to smash a like on the like button. We've still got over 1,400 people watching. Less than 130 likes to go to 500, so we can get to 500. Last couple of minutes, KG, since Troy told us to, Chelsea tomorrow. Are you confident going into that one?
I've been confident the whole time. I've been confident about Man United. I said 6 points. I love this team. I love the centre backs. I love the centre backs. Actually, that's what if there's time to speak about, we have the Raw Varane, we have the Wraith, the Phantom, even now the new one, the Spectre that Josh told me about that. That's it's the Spectre now. We have the Spectre next to the Butcher. It's insane. We got a invigorated Luke Shaw. It makes no sense, but I can't be up while I'm upset at the forget that. What that player's doing is mad. Like it's mad. So now you say to yourself, look, Delo can be hit and miss at times, but he's been more of a hit than anything. He's had no rest. He's been professional. You know what? Big up to Delo actually, because again, it's just him in that position, and he's held it down. He's looked sharp with no rest. So again, hats off to Delo. You know, that's the coldest back four. Now, the goalkeeper is learning distribution. He is.
You see Marcel give him a compliment?
I did. Goalkeeper's learning distribution. Casemiro is building as a player. Casemiro is looking Real Madridish. Yeah? I didn't even think was going to get this.
Madrid Miro.
That's what we got right now. And then you just got all these other pieces. You got Bruno just understanding the way Ten Hag wants to do it and trusting his teammates.
Yeah. Bruno, did you see the stat about Bruno the other day? In the game against Spurs, he created, I think it was something like 9 chances. That is the most of any Premier League player in over a year. Any Premier League player in a single game in over a year.
I don't want to talk because if I talk, there'll be problems. But it's like, again, I know this. I know what he is. Again, as long as the fans, again, don't jump on the agendas of what rivals have told us and see him like the rivals do. And just, again, back your players, love your players, like the ones that are trying to, play for your club. As long as they do that, you can see that. You can see that, you know what? There's a lot there. There's more than potential there. So many people are screaming, I don't get twisted. I still think if he's pulling off a stinker, pull him out. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone should just. I don't think anyone's got a divine right to play, but the good that he does is really good, you know. And I'm happy to see things like that. I just want us to just, I don't know, just reframe the way we look at this guy and to say, you know, this is what he is. This is what he can offer. The same way I have to always do that with all these other players. Like, it's hard for me with Fred, but should Fred start against Chelsea? There's a big argument. There's a big argument for that. And it's like, I kind of put Eriksen back in, but if Fred did start, I can't be angry at that.
No.
Even though it's not something I would do.
Yeah, absolutely. VK with the super chat says, I don't ask my dentist to fix my car. I think in reference to the Van der Sar director of football situation. And Blue Dabba Dabba says, nah, bro, don't start talking about Hamburger Shaw being back when he had one good game, KJ.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying he's looking better. He's looking better. He's just in shape. That's all. I'm not saying that he's back, but he's in shape and he's holding out. At the moment, that is his shirt to lose. I think everyone can agree to that.
He's got competition and it's the year of a major tournament. Luke Shaw's back. That's the recipe. That's how it works. Anyway, guys, look, be sure to smash a like on the like button. We're nearly at 400. We can get to 500 on the way out. We can get 100 likes on the way out before this ends. There's plenty of content coming today as well. We've got previews coming up. Again, press conference. I don't know what time the press conference is today. I'll have to double check, but that's going to be a big one. So, of course, I'll be live for that. We've got some really fun stuff in the build-up to tomorrow's game 2. Of course, you can see it on the screen as well. Saturday, 5 p.m. We'll be live in UVHQ KG for the match view.
We will be. We're going to win it, man. We're winning. I'm confident. I'm feeling good. Again, I don't mind if everyone, like, I love when Flex, if you notice, Flex weren't feeling too excited about the Spurs results.
What was I?
Yeah. Everyone be how you always are. It works. So Flex, I don't want Flex saying, you know what, I think no Flex. I've just had so many memories of it going the other way when he's mad confident. Chill. Let me be the confident one. You can just be like, that's fine.
There you go. Anyway, by the way, everyone stick to their roles, okay? You don't be...
Yeah, do what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, guys, look, we're out of here. Have a good one. We'll speak to you again soon. Peace.